Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've got another scandal in the Navy. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. U.S. Navy ship without power for 4 days in the South China Sea. President Trump, Wagwan. Really, Wagwan. Why y'all got these seamen out there over there in the South China Sea? No power, no toilets. What? Man, them poor soldiers, those poor airmen. Well, y'all, I want to get on and make this video and give more shine to what's going on in the U.S. Navy because they act like everything's just roses and daisies going on with this war. And it is just, I keep saying it. The American people and the veterans got to be lockstep because this is unacceptable. The conditions that these soldiers are in the modern day is a bit, come on, let's be real. This is a bit archaic. This is something you would have heard about back in the Vietnam days. Like, okay, that makes sense. But no, not now. This is, oh, the reason I'm making this video, shout out to our boy, this is what, shout out to our boy, Leon Martin over here. I made this video 3 days ago, USS Trump versus USS Lincoln. And then I guess he'd watched the video. His takeaway was, you need some mental health counselors. Oh, tell somebody they need mental health counseling. Can you at least use proper pronunciation and grammar? Like, come on. And OMG, no one cares about you. That definitely wasn't the point of the video, but okay, sure. No, but shout out to you, Mr. Leon Martin, with the 1 subscriber. How long have you had this channel? Let's see, 2014. Yeah, you're nobody. So this is one of the shout out to Mr. Leon Martin for claiming I need mental health counseling, for just shining some light on the U.S. Lincoln situation. Without further ado, let's take a look at what's going on with the other Navy ship that was out there in the South China Sea.
Concerns about the strain on the U.S. military as the war with Iran approaches the.
I just want to know, was this a part of the MAGA promise when he said he was going to make America great again? Was this in the which was that thing that they had, that 2025 plan? They were so sure that, oh, look, that's a terrible place to freeze frame, by the way. But was this a part of the MAGA promise? Was this what we were expecting? Was this all in the bundle? The MAGA starter pack?
The 6-month mark. We're learning a U.S. Navy destroyer suffered a power failure, leaving those on board without basic necessities for days. Chief Global Affairs anchor Martha Raddatz is in Washington with the latest on that. Good morning to you, Martha.
Good morning, Robin. The Navy is meeting the constant demands, the sailors doing their jobs. But this morning, we are learning of more stunning problems at sea, while President Trump warns the war could escalate once again.
Now let President Trump tell it. Let President Trump tell it. Y'all haven't been out there long enough, so y'all already heard him say it.
This morning, President Trump digging in, threatening more action in the Strait of Hormuz, despite growing strains on the U.S. military, with new revelations this morning about troubles on another warship. In the South China Sea last month, the Navy confirms a power failure aboard the USS Benfold left sailors without potable water, working toilets, or air conditioning.
Uh-oh. 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 What is this? So the ship that was supposed to go out there and replace the USS Lincoln and give it some relief ended up with a power failure. Soldiers could not flush the toilet. Soldiers could not brush their teeth. Soldiers, when you ain't got no potable water, you ain't got no drinking water. That's what they're trying to say. I don't know why they ain't got no drinking water. You're not getting no fresh water to shower. You're not getting no fresh water to brush your teeth. You're not getting no fresh water they barely got water to drink. Working toilets. Oh my God. No air conditioning. Oh my, can you imagine being on a cruise and you ain't got no air conditioning on the cruise? Golly, you out in the middle of the ocean.
Conditioning for 4 days. Tugboats had to tow the Benfold to the Philippines, where sailors were provided food and lodging while the destroyer was repaired. That ship was part of the carrier strike group heading to the Middle East to relieve the USS Lincoln aircraft carrier, whose crew has been at sea for more than 260 grueling days as part of the Iran war effort. The ship has not had a port call all year. Reports of low morale and poor living conditions on the Lincoln prompted CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper.
That's another thing. Why is it as soon as we hear about it, that's when the commander goes out and checks on these soldiers? The whole 9-month stint of this whole entire thing. I heard nothing about no commander, but all of a sudden, as soon as the public hears about it, oh, go ahead and send the commander in. Let's just make sure everybody's okay. And you have to understand something with the military overall. They're just trying to keep up appearances. They don't really give a crap about these seamen, airmen, soldiers, whatever hats you wear. I promise you, they do not give a flying fadoodle. You are a number to them, and you are designed to be replaceable. Now, if what I said is correct, what you're going to hear this U.S. commander talk about is mental health, because that is the key giveaway. Trust me, none of these bitches care about mental health. As long as nobody complains about mental health, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Because trust and believe, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. The military will cover up a suicide like it's nothing,
To the carrier earlier
just to keep just to keep everybody's spirits up. If somebody tries to do something, you better not hear about it.
this week. Cooper saying the Lincoln currently has among the lowest number of cases related to mental health, but he conceded this doesn't mean that all is perfect, describing long periods at sea as uniquely challenging and tough.
Thanks to the service and sacrifice of the best of America.
Now, let me get some water so I'm not coughing all up in y'all face during the video. Be right back. This is a crying shame. This is a crying shame, y'all. This ain't funny. This is just depressing.
Americans, we will ensure.
We have such incompetence in administration. We have never seen anything like this. I just want to know, was this all a part of the MAGA promise to make America great again? We have the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of War, my apologies, campaigning. Why are you so soldiers out in the middle of the sea don't have running water. They can't brush their teeth. They can't shower. They have no air conditioning. And the person who is responsible for ensuring all of this goes, the ops tempo stays relatively smooth. What is he doing?
That Iran never gets a nuclear weapon.
Defense Secretary.
Oh, thank God. Thank God President Trump got in there and to stop Iran from whatever they were doing, because Lord knows America would not have made it to 2027 if it wasn't for President Trump stepping right in there.
Hegseth, whose role is traditionally non-political, was on the campaign trail in Iowa Tuesday.
I have never seen anything like this. When have you ever seen a Secretary of Defense campaigning?
Where he
What is it? What sense does that make?
tried to gin up support for his proposed $1.5 trillion
No, he needs to go. Let me tell you something. Let me make something very clear. He got to go. I want to know why it is when he first got in, didn't President Trump fire the other black general who had been in there for like 20 years and was about to retire or something like that? Let's go back to, you know what, we're going to check that video out after this. He's got to get fired. He's definitely supposed to get fired. This is incompetence at its finest. I'm pretty sure he's got an inappropriate tattoo somewhere on his body. Anybody, I don't think I can trust anybody who with "We the People" going down the arm like that. I don't know. I don't know. And then you're campaigning after everything that we just found out about these 2 Navy ships being stuck out in the middle of the ocean. Here we are. We have the Secretary of Defense campaigning.
Pentagon budget. But nearly 6 months after the U.S. and Israel launched strikes against Tehran, a new poll shows a majority of Americans disapprove of the strikes against the regime, with 80% of Americans now fearing the war will go on for an extended period of time.
If the Americans had any sense, they would wake up and realize that all Iran has to do is just wait out President Trump. It's as simple as that. It's not that complicated. How much longer does President Trump? Let me get that. Hold on. Let me get that information for you. Oh my God, y'all. I wish I didn't look that up. I really wish I didn't look this up, because this is, oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all. President Donald Trump has approximately 885 days left in his current presidential term as of August 19th, 2026. His last day as president is January 20th, 2029. God damn. Shit. We is in for a ride. We ain't going nowhere. Iran knows this. Iran does not have to do that much, if you think about it. They just have to wait him out. Who's the next guy? Who cares? Who the hell cares? As long as it's not Trump. The Americans don't want Trump. Iran don't want Trump. That's all they have to do is just wait him out. This is embarrassing. This is very embarrassing. Nobody asked for this war. President Trump didn't get permission for this war. President Trump, I guarantee you, in his mind, and I talked about it with my stepdad, he had a funny take on it. President Trump came in to his last term with the assurity, I promise you, that man, he had to fire off some rounds. Let's put it that way. He came in gun happy, trigger happy. That man came in with in his mind, he said, no, we're going to start some shit that they can't finish. I'm going to start something. You have to understand that the same way he's investing in a ballroom, he wants his name. Look at the U.S. Kennedy Center. Didn't he put his name, U.S. Trump and Kennedy Center, all that bullshit, spend how much money doing that? This man wants to leave a legacy. He don't care if the legacy is bad, good, kiss my ass. As long as it's my legacy and as long as you remember my name. Trump started this war. That's all that matters. Do you think Trump was going to give a raggedy molded biscuit when he leaves office? And the war's still going on and gas prices are still jack high? And Iran is just like, well, duh, that was fun. Think about it. Just give it some thought, right? Iran just has to wait him out. This is embarrassing because we had no business going over there in the first place. Does anybody really think that Iran would have just blew us up by the end of 2026?
Part of the strain on the military is because of the sheer demands around the globe, in addition to the Middle East, from Africa to Europe and the Pacific, as well as missions along the U.S. southern border. All of these making it difficult to maintain the ships and give our service members the time at home they deserve. Michael?
Yeah, they definitely deserve it.
Send these soldiers home. Stop this. This is a joke. Pete Hegseth. Hold on. Fired reason. Pete Hegseth, he needs to go. Yeah. He needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to go. Because I'm trying to make sense of how somebody could be so incompetent. But the other guy he just got rid of. So this is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Oh, okay, that's right. He's
U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Everybody pay attention to this moment right here. You see how they shook hands? And they thought, trust him, he knew he was going to fire him right as he was shaking his hand. That just goes to show you, people will smile right in your face. I promise you. And just, he ain't even got a knife in his other hand, but the knife is there. It's somewhere on him. Because he about to stab the shit out of this nigga in the back.
Has brushed aside concerns that President Donald Trump's firing of the top U.S. military officer, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General C.Q. Brown, could be seen as injecting politics into the military.
This is a reflection of the president wanting the right people.
Now, mind you, President General Brown, obviously, I'm just a president. U.S. Joint Chief of Staff, General Brown, has been doing his job a very long time. This man is not new to this.
People around him to execute.
Now, Pete Hegseth is new to this.
The national security approach we want to take, and I have a lot of.
They got rid of him because they couldn't do all of this. They could everything that they're doing right now. If Brown was still in, I guarantee they would have not had the gumption. They couldn't have.
Respect for C.Q. Brown. I got to know him over the course of a month. He's an honorable man.
Before you fired him.
Not the right man for the moment.
Trump vowed on the campaign
Boy, that's the pot calling the kettle black.
trail to wipe out what he called woke ideologies from the military and swiftly dismiss many top leaders. A goal shared by Hegseth in a podcast prior to his nomination for Secretary of Defense.
Well, first of all, you got to fire, you got to fire the chairman of Joint Chiefs.
In 2022, when
You don't do that. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. Was this a part of the MAGA promise? Fire the dude that's been working there the whole time? What the hell? I remember this. This was some bullshit.
Brown was the chief of staff of the Air Force, he and his civilian counterpart under the Biden administration issued a memo calling for Air Force officer recruitment goals based on race and sex in an effort to achieve a force the memo said would be, quote, more representative of the
And he was 100% right. Anybody who served in the Air Force, served in the military, knows you ain't gonna see nothing but white officers. That's the way it's designed. That's the way it's always been. So yikes. It's hard. It's hard to like
United States.
the man just wanted to see some more officers that look like him, and they were like, nah, get rid of this dude.
Lewis called
Trust me, I've been in there. I've been in the Air Force. Anytime you see a black officer, it's like looking, you're like, oh my God. You're like, what? You're an officer? You are like dumbfounded because you're like, what? You can't believe it. Boy, you want to salute them so bad because you know they cool.
Sarah served as Secretary of the Army during the Clinton administration.
Punishing senior military leaders because they were appointed in the previous administration or carried out the policies of the previous administration, just as they would expect them to carry out the policies of this administration, is just wrong.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
In addition to Brown's firing, Hegseth removed Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Lisa Franchetti,
I'm not the Chief of Naval Operations. Oh.
Air Force Vice Chief of Staff General Jem Slythe, and Operations.
Hold on, wait
Policies
a
of the-
minute.
the previous administration, just as they would expect them to carry out the policies of this administration, is just wrong.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
In addition to Brown's firing, Hegseth removed Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Lisa Franchetti, Air Force Vice Chief of Staff General Jem Slythe, and the Judge Advocates General, or JAGs, for the Army, Navy, and Air Force.
It's not lost on anyone that they have removed the only African.
Wait a minute, hold on. So let's get rid of the one black guy. Let's get rid of the one female. Golly. Boy, they cold, ain't they? They is cold. So does anybody think that this maybe had an effect on what's going on today?
African American and the only woman who served on the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Hegseth has made lethality the top priority of the force, saying the military's strength is not in its diversity, but in its unity.
Our strength is our shared purpose, regardless of our background, regardless of how we grew up.
When is he going to get fired?
Regardless of our gender, regardless of our race.
Hegseth travels Tuesday to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
That's one of them white people. I don't see race. I don't see color. Everybody's the same. Really, bitch?
To get a first-hand look at the U.S. military facilities holding undocumented migrants. The Department of Homeland Security is holding 17 immigration detainees in military facilities there. The Trump administration has detained dozens of other migrants at Guantanamo before deporting them.
So why nobody got fired now? I'm seeing signs of incompetence, clearly. President Trump is so quick to fire the other two. Why nobody got fired? We have literal ships out in the middle of the ocean without resources. Everybody quiet. Matter of fact, we wasn't even supposed to hear about it. So why nobody got fired now? There's clear incompetence going on in this administration. This is an absolute joke. I don't even know where to go with this. This is a joke. This is a joke. Shout out to my soldiers, airmen, seamen, all of you. I hope y'all are doing okay. Especially the seamen. This is a joke. This is a joke. No, I don't even know where to go after this because it's like, and I believe too, wait a minute. Well, you know what? Hold on. Jumping. You know what? I know where we're going to go with this. I just want to know, was this all a part of the MAGA promise?
Folks, Senator Mark Kelly, and I know people are seeing the news stories about the USS Abraham Lincoln, about them being on cruise for an extended period of time.
Hey, listen, to all my seamen, airmen, soldiers, y'all better get y'all disability. Y'all better get y'all mental disability in order. This administration does not give a rat's ass about any of you. You are all expendable, just like the U.S. Joint Chief of Staff, General Brown. Make sure y'all get y'all disabilities. Make sure y'all get y'all entitlements. Make sure y'all get everything y'all supposed to get while you're in service. I'm not telling you to get out. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. But y'all make sure you get what you're supposed to get because they're going to make damn sure they get everything out of you.
Not being back in port for 250 days and the mental health issues that some of the sailors are having, some of which have reported that they've tried or contemplated jumping off the ship. It's a tragic thing. It's horrible to think that we have service members who are, there defending our country, who feel like they don't have another option, and they do. There's a thing called the Brandon Act, which I supported and helped get passed, where service members can elevate these concerns to their leadership.
It's like an open door policy, and everybody knows an open door policy is for snitches. Everybody should know that the open door policy, where you can just go open door, you can tell your commander anything. It's for snitching. It's for snitching. That's all it's for.
At their command and get mental health help. So I encourage people to look at that. I'd say the other issue here is why this is really challenging for folks is that this president got us into this war with Iran with
no permission from Congress,
strategic goal, without a
no strategy, no diplomacy, no goal, no plan, no timeline, and no permission. If that isn't worthy of impeachment, I don't know what is.
Plan without a timeline, and he has no way out. And because of that, you've got these deployments that are being extended to much beyond what anybody had anticipated or planned for. Hey,
because Iran, they know full well that you don't have to, they just got to wait him out. He's got like 900 days left. I would hate to imagine the Iranian war going on that long, but Iran knows what they are doing. They only have to wait out this current administration, because who the hell knows who the next person's going to be.
Service members know they're going to have to go overseas and defend our country, and they're subject to a deployment schedule that they don't have a lot of control over. They get that. But when you have a president
when asked about the situation, telling the reporters that they haven't been out there long enough, who has bought his way out of military service due to bone spurs. Well, it's funny, those bone spurs didn't stop him becoming president. That's funny. The 34 felonies didn't stop him from becoming president. The endless bankruptcies didn't stop him from becoming president. How did it stop him from serving in the military? But this president won't give a damn. This president does not give a rat's ass because he hasn't served. He can't care. This president cannot care about the soldiers because he does not have any empathy towards what they're going through. He can't. He has no idea what they're going through. He got out of military service when he was supposed to go in. So everything he says it's a mute point. This is, mind you, this is the leader of the free world.
Done such a poor job explaining what this is all about and how the American people are getting anything out of this. The other thing is,
but high as hell gas prices.
There needs to be an investigation on why this is happening. Why are the living conditions aboard that ship, so poor at this point? And these deployments going on for so long that people feel like they need to end their lives. So I'm calling for this administration and the Department of Defense here to investigate what's going on aboard the Abraham Lincoln.
I think we should just cut the crap and go straight for impeachment. We should just cut the crap and go straight for impeachment because this is an embarrassment. American people, link up with them veterans. You better become friends with them veterans. Okay? This is ridiculous. And you're not going to hear from the ship members. Not as long as they wear that uniform. No. You're not going to hear from the ship members. Here and there, anonymously, but no, you're not going to hear from the ship members. They can't. They can't speak up. They are getting paid to not speak up as long as they wear that uniform. As a matter of fact, hold on. I heard that they were going to take their cell phones. I'm not going to keep y'all for another video, but y'all get where this is going. I heard that the next deployment that these soldiers may go on, deployment cell phones. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me finish off the video with hold on. Oh, there it is.
The Pentagon says Iran could be using the cell phone data of U.S.
We'll finish with this. Yeah.
service members against them. This week, CENTCOM Admiral Brad Cooper sent a memo to service members deployed in the Middle East explaining why their cell phones may be confiscated.
Yeah, man.
This comes after videos
this is where we're going.
have been posted online by service members showing rockets and Iranian missiles striking U.S. bases.
Admiral Cooper says the measure will protect overall security and may...
What a coincidence. As soon as we hear about the ship and hearing from soldiers on the ship, from their wives, yeah, no, this is no coincidence.
even save lives. WEAR's Brent Carney joining us now. And Brent, this type of policy, it really isn't anything new.
Yeah, Bob and Sue, I spoke with a veteran today that served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he told me today that he wasn't really surprised the Pentagon was making this move, and he said similar policies were put back in place when he was in service.
Today's cell phone is used to call, text, and of course, check your favorite social media pages, but it's the data hidden inside the phone that has the Pentagon worried.
And the problem with a cell phone is it's collecting information on you constantly. A lot of people don't realize the danger of advertising trackers. Those things can be used to target your phone to determine where you are.
Guy Garrett is a professor at the UWF Center for Cybersecurity and AI. He says airstrike videos recently posted by service members are giving our enemies information to use against us.
If I put a video out there, in fact, I would venture to say that your own cameras, especially if they communicate wirelessly, are going to be embedding GPS location. Your phone definitely does.
Veterans like Timothy Chandler say the Pentagon's proposed policy is nothing new. Chandler served in Iraq and Afghanistan and agrees with the Pentagon's decision.
Even if you allow them to say, hey, you can keep the cell phone, but you can't post these videos, so somebody's still going to do it. I know one of the problems that we risked was some of the cell phones, I guess the frequency could set off some of the roadside bombs and things like that. So we weren't allowed to have them at all in country.
Chandler says giving up that connection to home would be an adjustment.
It's nice to have a cell phone to call home anytime you want. But I think for the safety measures and for the mission at hand, it's probably more of a distraction.
And neither the Pentagon nor CENTCOM have publicly commented on the proposed cell phone ban. In the studio, Brent Carney, WEAR.
What do you think, guys? You think the answer to all this is take the soldiers' cell phones? Shameful condition fear. Sounds about right. It sounds like a lot of covering up their casualties and all this BS, but I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. I just want to shine some light on what's going on. The USS Benfold, I believe is what it was called. I don't like hearing about soldiers trying to jump overboard and all. Nobody wants to hear about that. I hate, man. It's really just,